Heather from Kell Plan. I'm here today making a video on how my planning style has changed. So I guess it was a week or two ago, I asked for video topics of what you wanted to see on my channel. And one of the requests that came up a few times was a video on how my planning style has changed from when I started to today. So this is my very first hobby planner that I will be flipping through to kind of show you what my style was like last year. And then I'll move into this year's hobby planner to kind of show you how my style has changed and how it still continues to change. So first off, I'm sure a ton of people will ask, where did I get this cover? This cover was made by Hello Pretty Planner on Etsy. She has beautiful, beautiful covers for your planners, so be sure to check those out. So I'm going to show you how my style has changed. First off, in the monthly spread. As you can see, I didn't pick a color scheme. When I first started planning, I just used rainbow colors, whatever colors I wanted. You can kind of see here that it's really jumbled, and a lot of stuff is on my monthly spread. I put a lot of stuff on there. It's just really busy. So now I'm going to show you a comparison from this monthly spread. This was the one you're looking at now is September of 2015. So you can kind of see how busy it is, how the colors are everywhere. You can see how I kind of like outlined all of these stickers. Don't ask me why I did that. So that was my September of 2015. And then this is my September of 2016. So you can kind of see that I really like to color coordinate now. I like the colors to match the colors that are on the page already. And I do still put a lot on my monthly spread, but I think it just looks cleaner the way that I do it now. I use icon stickers more, so it just looks cleaner to me. So then in October, here's my October monthly spread last year. You can see that I really went kind of holiday themed. It's got your orange and blacks like Halloween. You've got your bat washi. You see a ton of washi. I mean, I washied this baby up. We got washi everywhere. And as you can see, everything is scheduled out on my monthly, and it's just really, really busy. And this washi the washi tape is probably the biggest way that my style has changed, because I used to washi like crazy. And then this is my October of 2016, and you can see there is no washi tape on here. Again, I chose a color scheme and I stuck to it, and I didn't write every single thing that happened in this month, but I did, write the important things. So that's kind of how you can see how those monthlies my style has changed. I'm going to show you, like here, again, washi tape everywhere. Again, I was still tracing the stickers. You can see that I used washi tape to block out this whole week. Washi tape everywhere. I was a washi tape fanatic. So that was November of 2015. This is November of 2016. You can see again that I used washi to block out the week, but besides that, that's pretty much the only washi I used on this page. So I think my style has really become cleaner as the months have gone by. I've really learned what works for me, and what works for me is kind of a cleaner look, so that I can actually see what is happening, and I'm not so distracted by all the business on the page. So that's kind of how my style has changed in regards to my monthly spread. Let's see, this right here was my very first weekly spread, my very first one. Now that I look at it, it looks horrible to me. Random colors everywhere. This right here is duct tape. Yes, I said it, duct tape in my planner. I have pictures over here that are printed really blurry. There's no scheme to it. You can tell I had no idea what I was doing. And washi tape again everywhere. So this is my second week. Obviously that changed a lot. This was my first month, so I feel like in the September, you can't really look at it and ask me how my style has changed, because in September of last year, I was just trying to figure out what my style was. But you can see that, like, I used to put washi tape to block off each of the blocks. I would put washi tape all over here, and I would washi it up down here. I used to put my dinners down here on washi tape, and you can kind of see that I did that for several weeks. and I also put a weekly to do over here. So that was September 21st. So let me find of last year. So then this is September 21st of this year. So you can see here that from September to September, I was still blocking off with washi, but I had moved to thinner washi, and I wasn't writing the my mills down here anymore. I actually usually write them on these inserts that I punch in. I guess, I don't know what was going on this week though. Maybe I didn't cook that week. I was still putting, you can see that this week's to-dos and this week's to-dos. I still really like to do that. One thing that I did used to do all the time, let me find an example. Let's go to October. You can see here in October, I used to block off the notes page with scrapbook paper. You can see that I did it here. 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 You see how like every week I would block it off with paper or with washi tape because I thought that was cute. So that's one big way that my style has changed, because I don't cover this with scrapbook paper anymore. So that's one way my style has changed. Another way is that I used to always block off the weekends. You can see here where I would put washi tape to block off the weekends, but I don't necessarily really have to do that in this planner anymore. And I think, you see I don't have washi blocking it off. I think that's because in this planner, the weekends are colored. And so I don't really feel like I have to block them off because they kind of are already blocked off with the style of the planner, which when I purchased this planner, I actually purchased it because the weekends weren't colored and I liked that. But now I think I really like that the weekends are colored here because it breaks it apart for me. So that's another way that my style has changed. Again, you can see that I was still writing dinner down here and still using a lot of washi tape. And you can see that I was still covering that here. So let's skip ahead to December to see how my style changed from December of last year to December of 2015 to December of 2016. So this was the first week. Again, you can see that I used really big stickers. I blocked off this whole section. For a while, I got into blocking off the calendar that's up here. I thought it was kind of silly that it was there, so I would block it off a lot. You can see that I was still using washi a whole bunch, blocking off here. Another thing that I used to do all the time is I would make these washi banners for the weekend. I did it like every single week, but now I really love the weekend banners that Mambi makes. So I just use those instead, and it makes it a little bit easier. Also, you can kind of see that I don't block off the weekend. Another way my style has changed is I always have some kind of important to-do list over here, whereas in the past, it was usually, I'm sorry, I just hit the tripod, so if that shook really bad, I apologize. Over here, it was really decorative. So again, this one covered up the side, lots of washi, blocked off the weekends, used to make the banner on the weekend, and I did that, you can see, every week. Blocked it off, washi, washi, washi. So it is funny, like, so this was Christmas last year. Well, I say last year, this was Christmas of 2015. And then this is Christmas, so you can see it's really, really busy. Honestly, when I look at this page, I don't see plans. I know there are plans in here, but when I look at this, I see the decorations. And that's what sticks out to me, is the decorations. But in last year's planner, I look at it and I see plans. They're easy to see. There is decoration to make it pretty, but it's not overwhelming the planner to where you can't plan. Whereas here was like, that's just Christmas decorations. I don't even really know what I did then. So I think that in my first Happy Planner, I was really, really into decorating it. And this year, I'm more into pretty and practical. So, let's see, what else? So this was New Year's Eve last year. You can see that I loved adding in pocket page cards. Still covered up the side. Did that all the time. Still, and that was another thing I did, was I always put washi tape down here on the bottom to cover up whatever was going on at the bottom. And I don't do that anymore. Like this was New Year's week this year. You can see that I left the bottom. I think it's because I think this planner is prettier than my first planner. So I like the details that are already there. I don't feel like I have to cover them up. And I think that last year I would really just be like, what colors do I want to use this week? And I would just use them. And I didn't ever look at the colors that were already on the page. Those had nothing to do with the schemes that I would choose. I would just do whatever I wanted to do. Whereas this year I really try to look at the colors that are on the page, and I kind of plan off of those colors. Like here, see how it's blue and green and red, and I kind of chose colors off of that. So that's another way that my style has changed. Okay, so let's see, how else has my planning changed? You know, it really kind of looks like the biggest changes are that I used to always cover this side. I always used a lot of washi, always blocked off the weekends, and I always had that weekend banner. Oh, here's another way. You can see here that I used to always cut scrapbook paper and cover blocks with scrapbook paper. I forgot that I used to do that until I'm looking at it right now. I used to love to use scrapbook paper in my planner. I use it here, but I also have it on the blocks, and you can see that I have that over here too. So I totally forgot that I used to do that until just now. So that's funny. I never do that anymore. Well, I say never, but I guess sometimes I kind of do the same idea, but with the Mambi block stickers, but not with scrapbook paper. So I guess that's like a similar way to do it. Blocking them off, but it's not with like matching scrapbook paper. So that's funny. So that's another way that my style has changed, and I totally forgot that I used to do that. Man, you could see I still used to block off the side all the time. That's so funny. I totally forgot that I used to do that. You know, when I first sat down to make this video, I was kind of like, I don't know how my planning style has changed, but now that I've looked at it, it's funny to see. Like, so here we have February 1st. So let's flip. This was February 1st of 2016. You can see, block this whole side off. This was another thing that I did for a while. I always put washi tape up here. Look at this. Look at how I used to cover every single week. I would cover that up. That is funny to look at because I don't do that anymore. Because now I always leave it blank because I like the clean look. That is funny. So I guess I used to like to alter the planner more than I do now. And here again, I was blocking off matching spots. That is so funny. And look, this is when my niece was born last year. Houston for Madeline. So fun. That's so fun. This is so funny to see how my planning style really has changed. I didn't realize how much it had changed until right now. This was my Valentine's Day spread last year. Again, I put boxes, washi. This is the note that came with my Valentine's Day flowers last year from Matthew. It says, "Happy Valentine's Day, Heather Joy. Enjoy these flowers early. I can't wait to spend Valentine's Day with you this weekend. I love you." That's so sweet. Because last year Valentine's Day was on Sunday, and so he sent them to me early. I think he sent them to me, on Friday. That's so funny. And look, here I am again, covering it up. Washi, washi, washi like crazy. So much washi tape. I just don't, like here, let me show you. This is my spread from this past week, and there's not any washi tape on it anywhere. So it's just funny how it changes, and like how I still was covering up. So like I pretty much covered up everything about the planner. Everything that the Happy Planner designed, I covered it up. And now I just really love the designs of the paper. And so I just kind of add to it. I don't cover it up. Still blocking off the weekends. Here's another way that my planning has changed is on these currently pages. As you can see, I used to love washi tape. I washied this up like crazy. And then this is my curly pages this year. I really don't do anything except write on them. Put a few stickers here and there, but that's pretty much it. So that's funny. Look at all that washi tape. So funny. Oh my gosh, this was our first wedding anniversary last year. So I printed off some pictures from our wedding day. This was our anniversary. So our first wedding anniversary. I didn't have any plans this day because it was spring break. So you can see I left spring break having told I didn't really have anything to plan. This one, and they lived happily forever. That's so cute. I forgot that I made that last year. And then this is so cute, guys. Look at these pictures. This was before I had a memory planner. I didn't have a memory planner at this point of 2016. So I just memory planned inside of my planner. That is too cute. It's funny to see how it has changed. St. Patrick's Day, a good friend is like a fourth. I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to put this in March of my planner this year because that is cute. And that will be perfect for St. Patrick's Day this year. So I've just pulled it out and popped it into my planner for this year. Thanks, old planner. See, this is why you keep your planners. Isn't it funny? Like, look at... And another way my planning style has changed is last year I used this planner for everything. It was my only planner. So everything I did went in this planner. Work, home, everything went in this planner. But now, as you guys know, I have a million different planners. So it's just so funny to see how things change. Okay, so I think that's pretty much the main ways. You can kind of see how I'm starting to not cover up as much as this planner went on. So you can kind of see how my planning style has changed. Last year I used a lot more paper, a lot more washi tape, a lot more decorating, I guess you could say, where you look at it and it's like decorated. And it's this year, I guess I'm more practical. So that's, look how pretty those colors are together. Anyway, so I guess you could say that's how my planning style has changed. It is funny to flip through your old planners and see, because honestly, I had forgotten a lot of these ways. You can kind of see where my planning, the way I plan now, is starting to show up here. Like I'm starting to use this column and not cover it up so much. Not covering it up so much. You can kind of see where I'm going into more practical as this planner starts to wind down. So that's funny how it like slowly changes. But if you're new to planning, I think that's something that you can get from this video is that it takes a while to figure out what your planning style is. And even when you figure it out, your planning style is always evolving. It's never the same. And so it's just fun to kind of see how it changes, how it progresses. So if you feel like, if you're just starting out and you feel like you're a bad planner, you're not. You're a great planner. You're just learning what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And keep your old planners because it's so fun to flip back and see how you used to plan and see how you've grown as a planner and maybe even remember things you used to do that you really liked. So anyway, I know this was a short video and you may not have really learned anything from it, but I hope that you enjoyed going down memory lane with me. And so that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and happy planning.